Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 520. My name is Christopher Riccio, and I am here with Geoff Jordy.
What up, everyone?
And Travis Baum.
Hey, good evening.
We gave Jason the night off. He needed it.
Yeah.
It was okay. Yeah, it was all good. But Travis, haven't seen you in a few weeks. How are things going, man? What's up?
Hey, it's going well. Things are busy. Keeping activities going. We did a lot with some friends this past couple of weeks. We went to the, it's kind of hard to not pay attention to what was going on last week with the No Kings protests going on around the world. Yeah, we got a crew together, got about 6 or 7 deep. My original plan when this was just first being thought up was to go to City Hall, like basically go where all the news attention was getting in LA. We wanted to be at the heart of the protest, really organized. But as our crew grew, we had like more and more women join our group, and we started to get more uncomfortable about being in a zone that's going to be guaranteed there's going to be rubber bullets flying at some point. So we were like, let's change our venue. That seems like it's starting to be the right thing. So we, with it being Pride Month still, and being widely celebrated here in Southern California, we decided to go to WeHo, West Hollywood. It's some of our in our group, it's one of our favorite places to go in terms of like nightlife. It's just super fun over there. So we kind of did this joint Pride, No Kings, anti-genocide type. Everybody just had like girls on the same team, a lot of love. It was just an amazing experience. It was the first time I ever actually gone out like into the street. It was a really fun experience. It definitely kind of feels what you're doing is substantial, because sometimes.
So what you're telling me is the news isn't correct, with Molotov cocktails flying everywhere and people looting.
Yeah. No, it definitely wasn't that. Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm kidding.
It was.
There's only one news that
misrepresented for sure. I mean, there are definitely some opportunists. Yeah. Definitely some opportunists that are out there that want to wreak havoc and stuff like that. But generally, it was all love. Yeah, it was really great. So there was that. And I do have another thing to talk about that's kind of weird, and I've fallen into a little bit of a problem, an addiction, if you will.
Uh-oh.
And I need your help. So my wife has picked up a new hobby and sucked me into it. She has been getting into designer colognes. Do you guys wear cologne? Like when you go out, night out, or anything like that? Do you have like a scent that you wear?
Nope.
Not for decades, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I really didn't either. I had one. I had one that I've held on for a really long time. I've worn it for probably 20 years. And my wife was like, "You know what? It's time for a change." And she got me into like the whole sniffing process and going out and trying out different smells and stuff like that. And at first, I was just kind of like obliging the situation, and then I suddenly, like maybe like 2 or 3 trips in, I found myself going, "Oh shit, I'm enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying this." So now I am sitting with like a bevy of show and tell. So I have a whole bunch of like really nice exotic colognes, a little YSL right there. Here's my favorite, my number one favorite. This little Egyptian thing right here. This is awesome. One, it's got like a super bulge right there. It's got a bulge on it.
Okay, yeah.
So you know it's for a guy. You know it's like manly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And here's the best part about it: if you want to use it, you can't. Right? You can't. If you look at audio only listeners, you're not really going to get the sight gag here. But I'm holding up this golden Egyptian looking.
Please
headless.
Don't tell me you squeeze the crotch.
No, you don't squeeze the crotch. You actually check this out. There's a grenade pin right here, and you got to pull the grenade pin, and then you can actually spray it.
Wow, I was so hoping for the crotch push for sure.
It's not, but they should.
I thought that's where he was going. Yeah. That's where I thought he was going.
That's a missed opportunity. Yeah. I thought you picked that up when you're at your Pride Week. It's just like, okay, souvenir.
But I'm sitting here literally in a sea of samples and a whole bunch of other shit. Like it's crazy. The whole house smells like colognes and perfumes. It's crazy. I have a problem. My wife definitely has a problem, and I'm out of it.
I mean, it could be worse.
The first step is knowing you have a problem.
Not heroin. Yeah.
That's right. It's not heroin.
It could be drugs.
It
It could be
yet.
hard drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, once you start sniffing it, like putting it right up your nostrils, then you might have a problem.
You get a little bit
there are worse addictions.
Yeah, exactly. Or taking bumps of it, like while you're at the movie theater. It's like, okay, time to call someone.
What else, dude?
Oh, nothing much. Just protesting and admitting to my addictions. That's all that's going on. So, what about
just
you guys?
glad you're safe with the protest last week. Like that was it's been a concern. It's been Travis going to be okay. Like it's been a concern. So.
Never once that I or anyone that I knew felt in danger in any way. Like never once. It was actually pretty chill.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about the protesters. I'm talking about the illegally deployed National Guard and Marines that were out there. That's what I was talking about.
They're out and about for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like, yeah, you can go out and look for it, but my mindset, I have a very antagonistic mindset when it comes to stuff like this. I will get in people's faces when I really shouldn't. So it's not in my best interest to even see that around. So it's a good thing I'm introverted and I stay inside most of the time. So I don't like step outside and see ice outside of my favorite Mexican restaurant and I go buck wild in that motherfucker. So it's just best I stay inside. So, but anyway, what's up with you guys, man? Anything new?
Jeff, what's up?
That much. Tanya did the same thing that you did, but because Toronto did the same thing here. They had one going down.
Really?
It was
a
great
City
turnout.
Hall area.
It looked good.
Yep.
Wow.
She went down there, and she just went to like take some pictures and stuff like that. She wasn't there too long. Then I really haven't been up to much, really. Just working. Kat's getting more braver and braver every day. So maybe today's the day she makes an appearance. I actually doubt it.
I was gonna say she's gonna come out of the side of the camera
I'm kind
view.
of afraid because like last week there was a couple times where I looked back because I heard something and she was like sitting right behind me by like the box there. So I'm wondering if she's going to do that today, or she's going to come a little bit closer and up here. But we'll see.
The plotting has started, Jeff.
I'm going to talk about this now instead of distractions. But for the last like week, I wasn't able to play Fortnite. And that's a problem. Another addiction, per se, we're talking about right now. So the guy I usually play Fortnite with, he went on vacation for a week. And then my nephew, of course, he has school and stuff throughout the week. And usually he plays games at different times than me, so we usually can't meet up. But today, I finally got to play with a couple of my buddies in the afternoon. And then after dinner, I played with my brother-in-law and my nephew. And we won 3 games in a row.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was pretty fun. We did
wow.
2 games of like the regular no build battle royale, and we did one of it's called Blitz mode, which is basically like it was on the mobile version first, and then I guess they ported it over to consoles, and it's basically like a on crack version of Fortnite no build. It's only 32 players. It's a much smaller map, and you get kick ass guns like from the get go, and the guns kind of like rotate, kind of like gun game in a way, and it's just insane. It's just craziness, and we won our first match of that, and we're like, yeah. So basically, more of the story is we're gonna go pro.
Right.
I gotta tell you, man, you playing Fortnite was not on my 2025 bingo card. It was not.
You and me both, man. I talked the most shit about that game I'll be honest, I was very ignorant towards it because I hadn't played it since it first released, basically. But it's fun. I like it. That's about it, though. That's not distractions. That's just I want to get that out of the way now before distractions.
Since we were talking about addictions, after all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, may as well. Yeah. They added Bruno Mars today, so, my nephew. Yeah.
Nice.
You can buy his skin.
Okay.
Yep.
Good deal.
You're a fan. Chris, what about you, man?
So let's see. Personal life, not a lot. Like, kids are out of school right now. My son is doing a summer school class. My daughter is hanging out with friends. Brought her to Sky Zone today to hang out with one of her friends. But the big thing is that the huge project that I was working on at work for the past 9 months launched this week. So that was super exciting. So I've got 2 from the ground up projects that have been released in back-to-back years. So I had one last year, one this year. And the teams that I'm working with, they just killed it. So We got that out of the way. It's relatively quiet this week, which is a good thing. And I was actually talking to my business partner. I'm like, any news? Nope, pretty quiet. And I'm like, that's both exciting and concerning at the same time. So, it's like you expect to get a couple of issues coming in from when users start using your stuff, but it's been pretty quiet. So hopefully that is a good thing. We launched on Tuesday, and it's been pretty quiet throughout the week. So here's hoping it's quiet over the weekend. But yeah,
very cool.
That's it. So, Geoff, we talked about it on the Discord a little bit, but I haven't gotten a ton of time to play games. But let's talk about some games.
Sure.
Travis, you haven't been with us for a while. Why don't you start us?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. In those few weeks, a couple of things have dropped. Number one, we had the shadow drop of Liza P. Overture.
That's right.
That was pretty fantastic, gentlemen. Awesome DLC. I love what they did with the story. They did a lot to kind of like continue bridging that gap between what happened in the past and where we're at in the present with our characters. I love how easy to understand this game is in terms of the story. It's so. I think some of the charm of this game would have been lost in the sauce if it was just if the entire story was given through item descriptions and whatnot. Like, it really, really lends to this game that the narrative is legible. You can understand
it. Helps for sure.
It really is nice. It's been great. I love the new zones are awesome. They're new. They're more varied. Obviously, in the trailers we see a lot of snowy areas, but even when you get past that, there's like a zoo, and then you get past that, and there's like this area that's more industrial. That's different than the previous industrial area that you've been through, and then there's similar. It's just a lot of different variation, and then toward the end, maybe the areas do get a little samey than what we're used to in the vanilla game. But what we come here for is the combat. What we come here for bosses and awesome action from that arena. And Liza P. Vanilla was great, and Liza P. Overture raised the bar. I don't think it raises the bar as much as I think the best Souls DLC ever is the Old Hunters from Bloodborne. I think just hands down it is the best DLC they've ever put out. I think it is a very good DLC. I don't think it reaches the highs as the Old Hunters did. Nor it comes close. Actually, let me take the Old Hunters thing back. The Shadow of the Erdtree is clearly the best DLC that they've ever done, but that is so big that I can't consider it DLC. It's more of an expansion.
It's like a full game, pretty much.
Yeah, it's damn near a full game. Yeah. But it's been great. Now I'm seeing a lot of people and a lot of hubbub online about people complaining about the difficulty. It's too hard. I did not have an issue with this game. In fact, I found the DLC to be extremely, extremely easy. But not because I'm good. Let's get this straight. This is not because I am a pro at these games. It is simply because I was on my new game plus 4. And in Liza P, every time you do a new game plus, they expand your skill tree. And if you play the game enough, they expand your skill tree to the point where you can block all the unblockable attacks for like minimal damage. Minimal damage. So even if you are missing your perfect parries, you're still blocking those red attacks that essentially just delete your health bar. So I never had to worry about those attacks ever. And it made the game just like insanely easy. So a little disappointed there. And I'm on the highest difficulty. They add 2 easier difficulties, and then the standard difficulty that we've been playing all along is the highest. So yeah, I think it's not an issue with the game. I think it was just an issue where I was in the game. I can definitely see if you're playing on like the first game or even new game plus 1. I could see that DLC being pretty damn tough. And they've even, I don't know, Geoff just found this out. At first, the DLC was only accessible after Chapter 9 or during Chapter 9, which is a fair bit into the game.
That's pretty far into the game.
That's pretty far into the game, yeah. So they changed that to Chapter 5, I believe. But if you're on your vanilla game 1
Oh,
and you
don't do
jump
that.
into that
Yeah, I was
DLC
gonna
at
say.
like you are screwed. That is
Yeah.
not your time to play that content. So I'm
That
actually
would
kind
be
of
like
surprised.
speed running Elden
Yeah.
Ring and going right to Erdtree would not be in your best interest.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I was going to ask about that.
But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how they I don't know how they balance the difficulty for you to be able to play that game starting at chapter 5 or at the very end of the game, a new game +4. Like I just don't see how they balanced it the way they did.
No.
Because it I think the damage is there. Like the damage I was receiving was there. I was getting hit pretty hard. It was just the fact that like the pairing was just like super super easy at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think it's overall good. I probably just shot myself in the foot in terms of like long term enjoyment. But I am seeing other people struggle with it, so I can admit that it is difficult. But it's been great, Geoff. I know you liked Liza P. This is really really great content. I think it's the best story that they've given us in Liza P. I think it's like I said, it's a good bridge from the past to the present, and all the
Once
characters they give us, it just makes sense.
Chapter 5, I decided, okay, I'm committed to getting to that sooner than later. Because once it was 9 and I started over, I had to start from chapter 1 because of New Game Plus. I was like, I don't know if I want to play all the way to chapter 9, then do the DLC with all these games still coming out. So, but when it's 5, and I'm on chapter 3, I think right now, or maybe chapter 4, so I'm like right there. So I am looking forward to getting to that sooner than later for sure.
Yeah, so that's that Liza P. That was a good game. I'm sad it's gone. I'm sad it's over. Like I'm probably not gonna play it anymore. So it's most likely retired. Maybe I'll go back and play the vanilla game one more time with the new weapons from the DLC, because those weapons. Let me talk about these weapons for a second because they were wild. They did a really really great job with the DLC weapons. They did a really really good job, and they basically just fan service the hell out of this situation. Like they might as well gone out and put out surveys asking Souls fans, "Hey man, what are some pop culture weapons that you want to see in this game?" Because they just gave it to us. We have Wolverine claws that operate like Wolverine claws. They are awesome. We have they just completely ripped off Squall's gunblade. Completely ripped it off. No shame whatsoever. And it's amazing. It operates so well. It was my main for quite some time. Yeah. So like
you get a
there's
bow in that too, right?
There is a bow and arrow. It's not really made for your main weapon. It's made to be more supplemental and start like doing pot shots at enemies and stuff like that. You can actually do some really really cool stuff that makes certain encounters a little bit easier with the bow. Like it's just not going to be your main weapon, but I highly recommend upgrading it to max because it is a fun weapon to use for sure.
Very cool.
But yeah, and then other than that, the only other thing I played was Elden Ring Nightreign. I've been playing the absolute shit out of that game. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to we're continuing the Souls-like corner over here. And I guess you can kind of say I'm kind of playing Fortnite. Oddly, weirdly playing Fortnite. If for the uninitiated, it's Elden Ring, but it's set up like Fortnite, where you're dropped into a island. Is procedurally generated with a whole bunch of bosses, enemies, items, abilities, and encounters. And as you continue to play, there is a ring of death and rain and darkness that is slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller on the map. And you have 3 days worth of this. 2 days of going across the map with this time limit constantly going against you. So you have to go and be quick. This is not an Elden Ring experience, like taking your time. Slow and steady wins the race. This is not that. You got to go. You got to run. You got to sprint to the next thing, or you're going to be left behind by your team, and you're going to be a liability, and you don't want to be that. So it is high stress. There are logistical parts of this game that don't even have to do with the actual gameplay itself. It is really hard as a 42-year-old adult to play a game that just locks you in for 45 minutes. You can't pause, you can't stop, you can't have your attention be diverted away for a second. You can't get up for 60 seconds. You can't tell your guys, hey, AFK guys, no, they gotta go. You have this wall of rain and fire going at you. Like you have to keep going. So it's not just stressful as a gamer, it's stressful as an adult or as a human being playing a video game because you just have no time to do anything else. So it's like super stressful in that sense. But when the game works,
but I mean, is that any difference than some of the other online multiplayer games that we've played in the past? Like that's not much difference than like Destiny.
No, Destiny you could stop, couldn't you? And just be like, hold on, guys, let's not move on to the next part.
Like between encounters or like
yeah,
I guess
it's only like battle royales that you're forced to keep going because that circle constantly keeps moving.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I get you.
And that's just
right. I'll give you
happening in this game constantly. Yeah. But when it works, it works. It can be frustrating at times. The matchmaking, you don't know who you're going to get matched up with. It could be really, really brutal sometimes and get matched with some terrible people. But maybe about 30-40% of the time that random matchmaking works and you can get a good group. And when you have a good group, this game shines. When you work together and you're going from location to location and you're killing boss after boss and you're synergizing your abilities, RNG is working in your favor. You're getting the right weapons, the right affinities, right damage upgrades, health upgrades for your character. It's just working perfectly. And you're triple teaming these bosses. It almost starts feeling like Monster Hunter sometimes. And that's why I'm like, man, some of you guys actually may enjoy this if you can get groups of people that you know playing this game, specifically that. If you have that caveat, if you have people on your friends list playing Nightreign and you are somewhat familiar with Elden Ring and you at least like the gameplay, this could be an interesting game for you. But just know that it also can induce rage easily because if you get a bad group, that's 40 minutes lost, man. It's 40 minutes gone, and it's a waste of time. So the game just like one day I love it, one day I hate it, but it's been a solid experience for the most part. Week 1 was rough. The first week was rough because you had everybody playing it. No one knew how to play correctly. The people who were bad were really, really bad. The people who were at least good at Elden Ring had an idea of what to do. But a couple of weeks later, once the chaff got separated from the wheat, it got a lot better. So matchmaking is much more functional. You're getting much more quality matches, which is good. But the combat's great. I love these bosses. I feel like I say this every time, and my only thought is that From Software just must be getting better and better and better. But these are some of my favorite bosses in a From Software game, period. They have multiple bosses that just make 80 in the standard Elden Ring game. Just take a powder, just walk away, lower your head and walk away because like these new bosses are wild. And they're supporting the game. We've had a couple of updates already from done some difficulty changes here and there. There are certain drop rates for affinities that weren't working right, and they really jumped and knocked those out, which is good. And then they just this week they had a shadow update and they released their first like Uber boss. So it's a boss that we fought before, but it's like a new version of one of the 8 bosses that are available, and he's got new phases, hits way harder. You have to be way more prepared. I found a few good groups for that, and finally beat that boss. And it opens up a brand new currency. It opens up a brand new vendor. So it kind of like just when I thought the game was like slowing down a little bit, and all I was doing was like learning the stories of all the characters. Boom, like new things to jump into and everything and purchase. So it really kind of picked everything up. So still going hard with that game. I have probably another good week with it. Started playing the altars for a couple of hours, and I have a feeling I'm really going to love that game. But with Nightreign right now, and then Death Stranding 2 coming out, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pause altars. I don't even have impressions of this game aside from the fact that I think I'm going to love it. I just don't have the time for this game right now. I want to finish Nightreign. So finishing that, knocking out all the characters for that game. And then, other than that, and finishing Lies of P, that's the main stuff that I've been playing.
Nice.
They need to get crossplay working on that, which I'm sure they're not going to.
That is not going to happen. I don't think that is built into their network.
At this point, the people I game mostly online, if the ones who do have Nightreign are on all different platforms at this point.
Mhm.
So it's like,
It's a mess.
So it's either they double dip, or I have to like
Mhm.
basically choose and be like, okay, which one do I go with? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll just hold out for Dustbloods when that comes out on Switch
I've
too.
had to use like passwords that a lot of the like Soul streamers, like the big streamers,
Oh yeah, it's like
they have
community
community passwords set up. And you can generally find some pretty decent. It's a funny little anecdote. There's one little funny thing. Of the three teammates, there always needs to be one person leading, because you can pull up a map, you can mark areas like we're going here, then here, then here. And I hate doing that. I don't have the time, the mental capacity to sit there and lead and point out.
Yeah, I don't like doing that
go
shit
here.
either.
It's just I look. I'm good at this game. Point me where to go, and I'm just gonna kill these motherfuckers. That's what I want to do. So I noticed that people were very trepidatious about jumping in and being the one to do it. So I went ahead and found a way to remove myself from the queue. Period. You can create a name for your character, and you can create you can use your PSN screen name, or you can just make your own name. So I decided to make my
Tourist. Own name. You're like, I'm not driving the bus. I'm just here for the ride. Like,
no, I typed in too high, can't lead.
nice.
So I never lead anymore. People usually just jump at it and just take the role, because they know that they have to.
Yeah, it's a good little.
But that's
trick.
it for me. Yeah,
good stuff, man. Geoff, how about you? What's up?
Oh man, I got some new stuff this week. Start with a game that Rematch dropped this week. It came out yesterday. I think it came out yesterday. Rematch. It's
Rematch,
yeah, it's the Slow Clap developers, the guys who made Sifu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an arcade soccer game basically. It's it's like, ironically enough, it's Rocket League
without the cars.
Soccer without the cars. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
So Rocket League is soccer with cars, but this is Rocket League with people
without,
which is soccer.
without the cars. Yeah, exactly.
Just arcade soccer.
Pretty much, but it's not like
but you bounce off walls and stuff, right? Like that's the one where
there's bounds or anything like that and things. And you're not like, you don't have like super boosts, and you're not like floating around everywhere or anything like that. But I was lucky. I got a code for it for the Elite Edition, which came out. There was early access for that, so I tried it on Tuesday, I think is when that started. I played the first two matches, and it gives you like a little bit of a tutorial at the beginning, and I thought that was like the tutorial. I'm like, well, okay, I guess that's it. It didn't really teach me too much, like the basics, like pass, shoot, like dribble, whatever. And then so I go online, and the first game our team lost, and it was kind of like we lost like 4-1 or something, which isn't too bad. But it was like Travis said with Nightreign. It was everyone coming on there for the first time. It was literally like watching toddlers play soccer. Like everyone's just going for the ball. There's no like strategy whatsoever
at all. Yeah,
no one's playing like zones or anything like that. And I did the 3-on-3 mode. One good thing is someone usually always did pick net, and it rotates where you start after each goal. So if you were a net one time a goal scored, you're not going to be a net again. So someone else will go in net, which is cool. And the second game we played, we just took it. Like, we got our cheeks clapped. It was just 8-0. It was just, I'm like, I'm not going to quit. I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to take this beating. And then I was like, how do these, like, some of these guys are like just really good already. So I'm like, okay, game runs fine. It feels good. I like it's got the same kind of art style as Sifu. So the character models look like the same kind of style. But I kind of put it down for a bit. And today I played in one more match the day after. And today I was like, well, fuck it, I have time. And then I saw there was a tutorial mode on the front title screen, and I just figured it was a repeat of what it tells you to do before you even get in the game the first time, but it's not. It's a more fleshed out tutorial. And I was like, oh shit, okay, this is helpful. So I kind of understood like how to do more of the more advanced type stuff and like things like that. And match made with some people, and we still lost. I think I played 3 games. No, we didn't. We won. We won 1 game, lost 2. But I was matched with people who at least played zone. Like if you were on the right hand side, someone was kind of on the left. The goalie didn't stay in the net the entire time. They'd move up a bit if we were pressing. So, in case the ball gets kicked over, and it was not, and we had some, basic strategies like passing to the open person and like lobbing the ball over the defense and stuff like that. And it's really fun. It's hard though. Like it's the shooting and the passing precisely is pretty tough because you are aiming where your reticule is aiming basically. So, and I'm used to like most sports games is a kind of when you hit shoot in the general direction of the net, the shot's probably going to be on net. That's not the case with this. Like you have to place it on
Oh
the
wow.
net
Okay.
or put like spin on the
Is it?
ball
Can
and
you?
stuff like that.
Is it bend? Oh, so there's English. Like
Yes.
you can bend it
Yep.
and turn. Okay.
Yeah. So while you're
That's
holding
actually
down
kind of
the
neat.
trigger, that's when you push left, right, up, or down on the
Oh,
left analog, and that'll determine the spin that you put on the ball.
interesting. I
Yeah, so
like
I had
that.
I had much more fun with it today because just even though like my team lost 2 out of the 3, just the fact that they weren't blowouts and people were playing like properly for like our skill level, I was like, okay, this is so much more enjoyable. Just this is all right. Um,
Nice.
Rocket League did this thing where, so say it's like 3v3 and us 3 are on a team together.
mhm,
Every time that there's a goal scored and then they reset the field,
mhm.
they Rocket League would alternate your placement.
That's what
So,
this
like
does.
this does that too.
Yeah,
Okay, that's really really good because that was always something helpful. Like teams that I was able to talk to on live chat. We would always say, "Hey, whoever's the person that's placed closest to the goal, you back up
you're
your
the goal.
goalie
Yeah.
automatically." And stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like so that's good. They do that shift. They do
Yeah.
that rotation. Everybody gets their time doing different things. I
And
like that. Good.
and there's more pressure, I think, on in this when you're the goalie because when you're the goalie, your character model changes. He gets the gloves on, and of course, you can touch the ball with your hands, and you can like
Okay.
dive and stuff. So only one person on the team can have that at a time. So when you
Ooh.
start in that position, it's like, okay, I think you can rotate out. Like if someone leaves the goalie area completely, I think someone else can rotate into the goalie area. Yes, they can because I actually did save that way where I was running back. I wasn't the goalie, and then I hit I don't know what button it was, and then my guy all of a sudden gloves appeared on my character's hands, and he swatted the ball away.
Hmm.
Because it starts you in that position with that, like you see the goalie gloves, and it's basically says like you're the goalie. I think that makes people be like, okay, I'm supposed to be the goalie because Rocket League, yeah, sometimes you get matched with randoms. And you would see the
Gotcha.
goalie guy just go right for the ball at the beginning, and you're like, "Well, fuck! Now we have nobody back there at the beginning, and there's a goal." But yeah, so it does do that. I like when it does that. I haven't tried out the
I
4
do
or
too.
5 player one yet. I can see that being a little bit more hectic,
Yeah,
probably.
absolutely.
Yeah, or more like real soccer, depending on. I'm not sure if the arena gets bigger. I'm assuming it has to get bigger because I can't see 10 people on that field, and not being like really cramped. It is a bit bare bones though with modes right now. That's just online. The practice mode is very basic. It's basically the tutorial, or you can practice like 2 other things or whatever. There's no single player. There's microtransactions. Um, the game is free to play if you have PS Plus or Game Pass, though. So there's that.
Right.
So it is pretty bare bones, and there is no crossplay, and that's something that
Hmm.
they're gonna add in. It was supposed to have crossplay day 1, but then they didn't tell anybody till the day it came out, or like 2 days before it
It
came
was
out,
like the
that it's not
day
going to
of,
be there
yeah,
day
day,
1.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I was pretty shocked
yeah,
that they
it's
would do
nuts.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they came out today and apologized and was like, "Hey, listen, like we did notice that we had some bugs. We couldn't get it in there. We should have told everybody when we noticed it, but I guess they kind of figured they might get it fixed for launch, but
Right.
they did say it's coming." Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't see myself putting hours and hours into it, but definitely like, game here or there. And they need to add bots. So like people can legit practice or at
Oh
least
wow, I
play
can't
single
believe they
player
didn't do that.
space stuff.
That's
Yeah, there's
crazy.
no bots at all either. So that's kind of annoying. Um, played more of the altars. I'm shelving that for now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
How
really
far?
like it.
How far are you?
Like days wise, or like hours?
Yeah.
I would say like maybe 4 hours, maybe. Days on the actual calendar, I think it was 31, I think. So it goes by in days. And the reason I'm shelving it for now is because like I'm terrible at survival games. Like I am just not good at knowing what order I should do things in. And this game has a hard game over if if your timer essentially runs out. It's a hard game over, and then you have to reload one of the previous days, which you can pick any days going back. But it's hard to gauge how far you need to go back to be able to get the amount of moves you want to do in a day to get to push to the next story beat, I guess. So I got to, you have until the sun comes up. The sun comes up, you're dead because it fries everything. And yeah, radiation, everyone dies. So that happened. I was like, oh shit. Okay, I think if I go back like 6 days and just focus on the main quests and not the side stuff it gives you, I should be able to do it. And I was able to get much closer, but I still got the game over. And I was like, fuck, because that was still like 45 minutes or so of gameplay. Sorry, my cat tackled something. Yep, tonight might be the night. She said she jumped in a box.
Nice.
So, so that was, I was like, fuck. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that again because I know I have to go back at least that amount of days to even have a shot at it, to do things more efficiently, to get my resources I need, to like tell one of my clones it's okay, they're there, you're gonna be all right, and spend like a few hours in the day doing that, because everything you do takes up hours. It's like metaphor, like persona, like that type of deal. So then I was like, okay, fuck it, put it down, picked it back up. I'm like, hey, this time I'm gonna go back 10 days. 10 days should be enough to get what I need to be done. I was 1 day short. If I had one more, because what I thought was the last mission to get it to the next story beat, where you move your rover far enough from the I don't know what you're trying to really run away from, whatever, where you can like settle down and gather more shit. It wasn't that last mission on that. There was like 3 more after that, or 3 more things you had to do. So I was 1 day away. I died, got the game over, and that's when I said, fuck this. It just was frustrating because I know I have to go back more than whatever the 10 days or whatever that went back. I have to go back like 15 to be safe. And that's probably like an hour, maybe more of gameplay time to do that. And I'm like,
not gonna
you know
lie,
what?
bro. Like I think I'm gonna put this bitch on easy and just.
That is on easy, dude. There is no
For
easy.
real? Oh, there is. I thought there was
Yeah.
like a story. Like there's a difficulty mode.
There's an easy thing that has like, it's a combat related thing, even though I haven't seen any combat. I think their version of combat is like you have to aim this thing at something for a certain amount of time and it opens up. It's kind of hard to explain. But there's no easy in regards to the time limit it gives you and the amount of tasks you have to do in that time limit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The economy you can put on easy. That I have on easy. So I'm probably playing that on the easiest one. Because there's only easy and standard, I think. And I couldn't even imagine what standard is. I'm assuming the economy, it probably gives you more resources when you mine stuff on easy and less. Maybe that's what it does. But I'm already on easy. And I've had to do this. And then talking to other people, they're like, no, it's tough. Like if you don't know how to, like if you're not really familiar with this developer's games or even similar games to it, you're gonna struggle till you know the loop. And the only thing I can really think of is when you're starting out this game, focus on the main objectives first until you get it down, because don't waste your time doing the side stuff unless you have days free where you don't have to push on the your little wheelie vehicle to get to the next spot, because then you're gonna kind of shoot yourself in the foot and you're pretty much fucked. So but other than that, it's great. Like I got my second clone guy, the scientist guy who basically looks like Otacon from Metal Gear. He's he's the guy who's like, he thinks he's all the smartest and everyone's kind of below him. But he's also one of the most easygoing guys too, because he doesn't have a lot of problems. It's the first guy, your first clone or alter, that's kind of a bit of a dick. But yeah, that's definitely fun. I'm going to go back to it for sure. It's just those last 2 game overs, I had to go back that far. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now.
And this is the game you recommended to me last week because I like sci-fi. I'm thinking to myself, it sounds like a horrible idea.
I didn't realize it was this much like strict on it because I don't think I had a game over screen quite yet when I talked about it last week.
Yeah.
I think I was only like maybe up to day 15 or 10 or something like that at that point, and then it kind of ramps up. So definitely good.
Yeah,
I don't want to let that put people off of it because I still think it's like really good.
It looks
Yeah,
really
the
good,
concept sounds really, really interesting. I'm just not like, if you've listened to the show for like 3 weeks, maybe, you know that I'm not a big on survival games. So
yeah, I didn't think it was much of one at first. I was like, okay, it's got like survival tinges, like Metaphor, or like not Metaphor, like I don't know what, like just I didn't think it was that much into. Like I don't even know if I would still call it a survival game. It's more
it
of
seems
just
like survival light.
Yeah,
In a
it's
way, man.
because you're not crafting stuff to survive yourself personally. Really, you just got to keep the maintenance up for your vehicle thing, your housing vehicle, and then like go out and mine stuff. You're not punching trees to get wood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But
gotcha.
no, it's pretty cool. Definitely give it a shot, Travis. I think like it
Well,
definitely put it
I
on
gave
the
it a shot. I gave it a shot, and I
economy.
knew I was going to love it. I
You just
got
didn't
as
stick with
far.
it.
I got as far as like you can read your character's life from like birth
Oh,
to 32,
yeah.
and then I got to the point where I got my first altar, and I started reading halfway through his life, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love it. I got halfway through, and I'm like, okay, I got to stop. Because if I play this, I'm going to stop playing Nightreign, and I need to not do that.
Yeah.
Death Stranding's coming. I'm going to shelve this.
If it wasn't for Death Stranding, I would still be sticking with it for
100%.
sure. Definitely.
100%.
And the second, when you see like the scientist version of you, like his separation is really good too. The way that intertwine, like how these multiple universes, parallel universes, like happened, it's
cool.
really, really cool.
It's cool. It gets you invested in these characters.
For sure. And when you're actually doing, like, I find even when I do go back the days, once I'm playing it, it's addicting because you do get in like a rhythm, and even the mining stuff, it's satisfying because it speeds up time, and it's a cool way it does everything, and everything moves in like fast forward motion and stuff. It's really cool. It's just the thought of being like, oh no, that's like an hour down the drain. It's like Nightreign being like stuck with 2 scrubs, and you play for 45 minutes and die, and you're like, fuck. No. What's with games doing that? What else have I been playing? Sorry, I forgot. Do you guys remember what the fuck I put in that Discord? What did I put in that Discord? There was I remember. I don't know, Whim. Have you guys heard of a game called Unmetal?
Unmetal, no.
Unmetal. So I was on the Switch day, and I went to the shop, and they always have sales on the Nintendo shop, and I was just going through all the games, and there's one game that caught my eye because I left the cursor on it. If you leave the cursor on it, it shows you like a trailer, and it looked like Metal Gear, like the NES Metal Gear, but like better graphics, like still like it's 16-bit kind of version sort of deal. But it was funny. Like I wasn't quite paying attention. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty funny. I look up, I'm like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. And then I was like, I'm going to look up quick like review of this game because I've never heard of it, and it has pretty decent reviews. And it was like it's like $7 Canadian, so it's probably on sale there for like $4. So I loaded that up, and it's a parody of Metal Gear. It starts off, you're a guy who looks just like Solid Snake. His name is something Fox, I think. They're borrowing obviously from Metal Gear, and you're kind of like in an interrogation room, and this guy's asking you questions, and as you're telling your side of the story, that's when you're playing the game, and then he will kind of alter things as you're playing it because it's kind of narrated in a way that you're hearing this interview, and it's all voice too. So like you'll be like, okay, so I woke up and I escaped from jail. And he's like, well, how did you escape from jail? And he goes, well, first of all, I was imprisoned here. I'm innocent. And then it goes to the gameplay, and you're standing there, and the judge is kind of like, you're innocent, but you're going to jail. Like it's just like because it's following his version of the story, even though it's obviously not what happened. And it does that constantly so far in the first half an hour I played, where it does funny little shit like that. It's
nice.
If you ever played Gunslinger, I don't think it was Call of Juarez, Gunslinger.
Call
of
Juarez. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the arcade version of that.
Okay.
Like
no.
It was an Xbox Live Arcade game. It was a PS3, Xbox 360, game, but it was like in the Call of Juarez universe. It did the same thing where he was kind of like telling stories of his like lore,
It
and they would be like,
continued the epic tale of Call of Juarez. Like
yeah, exactly.
Everyone wants to know what
But
happens at the end of Call of
yeah, it does that
Juarez.
thing. Like he'll be telling a story and be like, "I took out 15 guys," and then someone will be like, "Wait a second, how did you take out 15 guys when there's only one?" He's like, "Okay, well, I took out 7 guys," and then it's like, then all of a sudden like rewinds and it's like at 7 guys. It kind of has that kind of
So like the Matt Hazardification of fucking games. It
of
sounds
like,
like.
yeah, I get, yeah, and yeah, it's Metal Gear, and it plays like Metal Gear, like you're kind of like sneaking up on dudes, and it's really funny. It's like, then I distracted the guard with a coin, and the guy's like, with a coin, he's like, yes, I found out that guards really like to pick up coins. It's like, so then all of a sudden you get a coin, and you got to toss the coin to distract the guard. It's pretty funny. If you guys, I'm assuming it's on everything, and I don't even know when. It's probably an older game, but it's been pretty fun for $5 or something.
I'm watching the like the trailer on Steam, and
Yeah.
I see it. It looks just like the gameplay looks just like the original Metal Gear that was on NES. And yeah.
It's really well done.
I saw like there was one scene Fox was running by and a guard sneezed and Fox yells out, "Bless you."
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, he does. And he goes, "Shit."
I'm like, what is going on here? So yeah, this is definitely something up my alley. But yeah, on Nintendo eShop, it's $5 right now. So
yeah, okay, that makes sense. If it was 7 here, yeah, it's like that makes sense. I would totally recommend it while it's on sale.
It's normally 20 on Steam right now. It's still 20. I'm not sure what else it's on, but yeah, that's.
Definitely.
I'm interested there. It looks pretty interesting.
Other than that, Tears of the Kingdom, I booted that up to kind of see what that looked like as opposed to Breath of the Wild, and I got sucked right back into that game again. I've probably played that the most this past week. I'm not going to talk about it because we talked a shitload about it when that game came out, but it's like a brand new game now, man. It's so nice on the Switch too.
Nice.
It looks so good, runs so good. The lighting looks phenomenal. I'm not sure if they added new lighting or if it just comes through better with the resolution, but oh man, it's a pretty game and so fun.
I haven't started up yet, but I do have it. Tears of the Kingdom is in my Switch too. I just haven't started it yet. So.
Nice. That's it though. Those are the main ones.
Cool. I don't have a ton to add. So I've been playing more Final Fantasy VI, just chipping away at that. Still, like the good thing is like the Pixel remasters have what I think is a necessity for some of these older like traditional RPGs. Right. You can modify the number of how much experience you get. So I've got.
I forgot about that.
I have all my XP coming in at double and all my gold coming in at double, just so I have less grinding to deal with. It wasn't until I started getting deeper into this game that I realized how much of a love letter Clair Obscur is to Final Fantasy VI. There's a lot of similarities in just like the way everything is oriented. Like literally every character in Final Fantasy VI, very similar to Clair Obscur, has their own play style, their own special moves, their own way of doing things. Right now I'm really loving I can't remember his name, but the monk with the blitz moves. It's
Sabin.
It's all coming. Yeah, Sabin. Like his shit just hits so hard right now for me.
It's so good.
But let me see what else. More Mario Kart. Just kind of trying to unlock all the stuff. I'm almost through. I haven't been playing a ton. Like I'll jump on and play like 1 or 2 Grand Prix and then just drop off. So I think I have like 150cc Grand Prix left. So I haven't been playing a ton, but still trying to unlock everything.
10 plus. Then you open up the last one.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm assuming you have, because then you open up the one that has like Rainbow Road and that stuff on. And Rainbow Road, this is the best Rainbow Road has ever been. It's so cool.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. And then I was trying to think of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to play, because I'm still kind of just chipping away at things like Doom and chipping away at things like Blueprints, and I was like, you know what, it's time to start up my second backlog game of the year. and that's Requiem. So I was like, all right, I think I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Plague Tale Requiem, I thought I had it downloaded on my PS5 already, but I didn't. So I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and download it. And then I realized I had Death Stranding downloaded already, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'll start it up while I'm waiting for this to download. And I got about 2 hours into this game, and fucking Kojima, man, like that dude knows how to make things like get a player really involved. Because the whole time I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I need to know what happened here. I need to know what's going on. Like the story is so out of left field, like all the stuff that's going on, that I am completely enthralled in what is happening, and I need to find out. I need to know. Like that's kind of where I'm at. And like I don't know what it is about this dude. Like he's just got that type of mind. He just does that to you.
When you have like these auteurs and stuff like that, like you have such high expectations for their work, and Kojima does this thing with Death Stranding where, like, your first time going in, like you have no idea what's going on, you're completely lost, but never once. And it's so easy for auteurs to do this, but it's so easy for them to like, okay, they mystify you for hours, and then you get the drop of all the information, and you're like, oh, that's stupid. That's kind of dumb. M. Night Shyamalan like had a great freshman go, and then like he just kept on like disappointing people because there's supposed to be a twist, a drop. You know, when's it going to happen? And he never really hit those highs. And Kojima, for some reason, just doesn't do that. He understands what the point of what he's doing is. He understands what he wants to do, what he wants to convey, and he reminds you by constantly confusing you that you're not supposed to know what's going on. Like you're not supposed to know. And the game does like a really good job of like really hammering you with story in the first few hours. Like once you're in that prologue, you're just like story. So you're going to hit a point where it's just going to be like a ton of gameplay in the middle with some story drizzled in, and the rest of the story, like the third act, is like super story
it
heavy.
Just ramps up.
There are some pacing situations.
Pacing is the biggest issue, I think.
There's some pacing issues.
You really got to push through that middle part that Travis is talking about.
If you really enjoy the moment-to-moment walking and traveling, the pacing's not going to be that big of a deal for you.
And once, if you remember, Chris, when I was saying there's a point when I was doing that part where it actually clicked, and that part became so much more enjoyable than how it started. Like I was kind of like, this is kind of dragging, but then you start to be like, when you start to see the world and how you can affect it for other players and how they can affect your playthrough, then it's like, oh shit,
it changes the game.
Yeah, and then it makes that entire middle part fucking awesome, leading up to the really fucking awesome.
See, you guys are kind of blowing my mind right now as it is. Like I didn't even know that you could affect the other players' games. Like I had no idea
that hasn't unlocked for you yet.
Okay.
You can build roads and all kinds of stuff for other players.
Well, I knew that there was a building. I knew there was a building portion of the game, but I didn't realize that what you were building was actually accessible by other people. That's really cool.
Some of it will come into yours. Yours will go into some other people's games, and it's it's pretty cool.
Oh, just wait. Once it all unlocks, you're gonna have like probably like 40% of an entire highway system already pre-built out for you. The game's gonna be way easier than it was. This game at launch.
That's good.
Death Stranding at launch was hard. It was not
lots of running.
A lot of walking. You don't do nearly as much anymore.
Yeah, and it will destroy some things in your world from the get-go, so it's not 100% done. Because I was always wondering, I'm like, am I going to play this and everything's going to be done for me? Like I can just take roads everywhere? No, it'll have some stuff will be built, but it's still, in your instance of the game, it will make things not complete. So you have to at least do the section you're in yourself, and then it kind of retroactively adds shit.
It's making it easier, but it's not making it like a pushover type game. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that.
Are you playing the director's cut?
Yes.
Okay, good. That adds a lot of quality of life shit that I didn't like. All this other stuff, I'm like, I didn't know. People were like, well, that wasn't in the original version. So, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't.
The director's cut was on PS Plus at one point or another, and I had it downloaded. So,
nice.
Yeah. but yeah, I'm still gonna go play Plague Tale. Like, don't get me wrong, that's still
Okay, you
on
better,
the it's still on the docket. But I'm glad I started this game because
Mm.
I'm
I
so
really
excited.
want to know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Two of my
crazy
favorites
shit
back to
right
back.
now.
Yeah.
It's
And the story really hasn't even started for you yet. That's the thing. If you're this
What? Oh
invested
my God.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're this invested now, just wait, dude.
Oh
Like, yeah.
man. Like I'll give you the I'll tell you where I'm at. I just made my technically my second delivery. But the first delivery of like after the prologue essentially.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And they basically told me to turn around and come back. And I haven't left yet. So I'm in that.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. But like I have so many questions.
Have you gone to the incinerator yet? Is that
That's where I'm at as a human incinerator.
okay? Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just made my first delivery.
Oh, so you're doing the coming back part.
Yes. That's
Oh,
where I'm
okay.
at.
So you're okay. You're gonna get introduced to one of the main parts of the game right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be tonight.
Nice. And like Travis was saying, like the whole thing of like Kojima has that thing of not falling into that trap of like people thinking they know what's gonna happen, and he's got you like you're gonna be wrong 100% of the time what you think is happening.
Yeah.
He just recently came out last. He got a lot of flack for this, and I could see why because I guess if you take it a certain way, you're like, why would you do that? But he said that the testers for Death Stranding 2 liked the game so much that it was like too good. He changed significant parts of the game because they were too positive on it. And I guess people thought that he was like making the game worse on purpose, but I don't think that's the case. I think he just was like, no, I need it to be more polarizing because a lot of his stuff is polarizing, and I like that.
Interesting. Okay.
If he's like, if 100 people like it, then no one likes it. Is basically what he's saying. It's like, nah, it's got to be a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to that.
I have full faith in him. There is expectations are insanely high, and I cannot be more excited for this game.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was telling Geoff at one point that I definitely want to continue playing this right now. Like that's my general feeling of it. But I have a feeling that Death Stranding 2 is probably going to wait until next year. Like,
yeah,
it'll be a situation where I'm probably going to get like the traversal at this point, like what you guys said about having some of the stuff that's built by other players. That'll probably help a lot. But like right now, like that first trip to that incinerator, like the traversal is not fun
because it doesn't unlock the multiplayer stuff at that point. You don't have it then.
There's a point in the game where you're going to enter a ship, and then once you're past that, it unlocks all of the community features.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good stuff. Yeah, but I'm going to keep plugging away at that. That's on my docket for tonight after the show. So
nice.
That's the deal. But yeah, that's it for me.
Cool.
All right.
So, Geoff, I'm going to pass it over to you. I know we got a couple of news.
We have like literally almost zero news. Just one thing worth bringing up, and then the other, and just to end the podcast on a more positive note, I guess the first one is, and we talked about this a lot already. Marathon has been
canceled,
not canceled, but delayed indefinitely.
So canceled.
So I was going to say it's rare when something's put on indefinite hold that it comes back.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Sony's reevaluating them because they spent a lot of money on Bungie. They probably spent a shitload of money on Marathon. And I wonder if they're going to be like, if you guys, this is what we have, we can give you for a budget. If you guys can't do it in this budget, you're making Destiny 3. Like, I don't know what, or what else do you do with Bungie? Like, do you think they would Concord it and just scrap Marathon and then be like, make the next thing you want to make?
I have no idea. Like, I don't feel like I don't feel like they've earned that from Sony yet.
Yeah.
Like, I actually got, I think I mentioned not too long ago, maybe a couple of months ago, that I actually picked up the Final Shape and started playing through, trying to get through some of the missions, the first missions, and I just I picked it up a few weeks ago with a couple of our Destiny group and got through just the first mission because it was like an hour and a half long, and once I got through it, it's like, oh yeah, let's keep doing this, and that was like 2 weeks ago, and then we haven't really gotten back to it. And it's not that I don't want to play it; it's just that it's not as enticing as it was.
Yeah.
And so, and that's the thing. It's like I'm not sure Destiny 3 is what they need right now.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. You guys are both like big Destiny guys.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's been 10 plus years of Destiny now, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's time to figure something else out. And I didn't think Marathon was the answer. So
I'll be honest with you, I did not think Marathon looked good
no.
at all. I didn't think so either.
Well, apparently, from what I understand, it's like if you start digging deeper into the way Marathon's aesthetics are, it was more than just a couple of pieces of art that were stolen from that dude. Like, apparently the entire fucking aesthetic is from this dude's art.
Yeah, they have to read the entire...
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like delayed indefinitely because you fucking plagiarized someone. That's the situation. So, like, I don't know who was making the decisions over there, but fuck, like they need to go.
That guy.
Yeah, they need to go.
I got a crazy idea, and hear me out.
All right.
So, let's just say they scrap Marathon. They don't have I guess they don't have the faith in Bungie that Destiny 3 would be that big at this point. Microsoft right now is putting all their games on PlayStation 5. They're third party. Their software is 100% third party. Microsoft, Xbox goes to Sony and says, listen, you can still own Bungie. That's fine. Let us license Bungie Halo. We have 343 doing a Halo game for this. Bungie does the one that releases in like 2 years after or 3 years out, and they alternate. Bungie, 343.
Geoff,
do a Call of Duty of it, and
Geoff.
Why not?
Geoff, you're fucking genius.
What?
You're a fucking genius.
Like, do it up.
I certainly wouldn't object
never
to that.
happen.
Yeah, it would never happen, but I wouldn't object to that. I like if they were to do a Destiny.
It would never happen. What are you talking about?
No, it would never happen. If they were to make a Destiny 3, it would have to be completely different, like brand new universe, period, everything.
Yeah. It would almost have to be a different game. Like, but that's what I do. What do they do if they scrap Marathon? What does Bungie do?
I don't know.
I don't think, like you said, Chris, I don't think they've earned the trust from Sony at all. I don't think Sony's gonna be like, make what you want to make. I think Sony's gonna be like, we want this type of game. They might go to Bungie and be like, we want something like Halo or like Destiny, will make it focus mostly on single player or like whatever, and something that they've done that has been a hit that isn't Destiny, or they go to Destiny 3. But you guys don't seem that interested in Destiny 3. I don't know. I have no pulse on Destiny these days at all.
I'm not now, but I mean, they could certainly do some revamping to Destiny to make me interested in it again. If they made Destiny 3, I would buy it. Like, I would certainly play it. Right?
Contractually obligated to play that
game. But I'm not sure that I'm not sure how long it would keep me interested, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, they got your sale though, so if that's a sale that would go to Destiny but wouldn't have got you to get Marathon, they have X amount of people that would do that. Yeah, but I don't know. I think Bungie's in a bad spot right now, man.
Yeah, I don't disagree. There's still some expansions coming out for Destiny. One of them is going to be Star Wars themed, and I will absolutely fucking play that. But other than that, it's like, I want to get through the final shape because I want to see how the story all ends up, but it's just that just haven't gotten back to it. You
can just watch cutscenes on YouTube,
right? And then I could put it on my Game of the Year list, right, Travis?
You could. You could do anything if you want to.
That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
I just want to say, you guys gave me shit about having fucking a bunch of cases on my shelf with no games in it, but now everybody's fucking doing it because they have no choice.
I That's true.
I just paved the way. I just paved the way for everybody else. I've always been a trendsetter like that, and I've always felt that.
Speaking of fucking empty case, so remember how I told you, Chris, I got a physical version of Yars Rising?
Yes.
So I opened up all my sealed games for Switch games when I got the Switch 2 to put them all like in the case, whatever. There was no fucking cartridge in it.
No.
Are you kidding me?
0 cartridges. And I'm like, is this a download code? So then I looked at the inside. I'm like, there's no download. And I'm like, did I drop it? Did something fall out? Nothing. There was no cart in it. They forgot to put the cart in it. And it was a sealed copy. It was not used.
Wow.
Now
how do you deal with that? Because like
it was. I haven't even contacted them yet because it literally was like months ago that I got it.
Open it up, Chris. Open it up, Chris. In there.
Oh my god!
You got me concerned now, man.
Yeah.
Chris, the audio listeners, Chris has this copy of Yars Rising, and we're crossing our fingers that the cartridge is in here. And Geoff was the only one that got screwed.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Oh my god! See, yeah.
For the record, like I played it digitally. I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, you've already.
I don't know if anybody remembers that this I actually ordered this from Best Buy. Best Buy never got it, so I ended up having to buy the digital version. And then I won this online from Atari. So
I'm going to reach out to them because I think it is a store I buy from frequently, and that like I'll be like, listen, I know I bought this months ago. They're not going to refund it. There's no way.
No.
It's open.
That
like,
sucks.
how are they gonna? Like, I can't prove that there was no card in it at this point. And I opened it like 2 weeks ago. Whatever. It was like $9. I can't remember how much. It was on sale, but I'll still look for it, or I'll just get it digitally. But whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of pissed me off a bit. But so I have an empty Yars Rising case.
I do want you to play that game, Geoff. I'll buy you a copy if I have to.
I'm sure I'll wish list it.
Super fun. It is super fun, and Emmy is super. Emma or Emmy? I think it's Emmy. Emmy is super charming. So
nice,
good stuff. What else we got?
Cool. The only other thing is it's not really much news. It's just more of like a nice, warm-hearted, like kind thing that happens in the industry that doesn't happen these days. And that is Lies of P Overture. Travis talked about it at the beginning of the show. It sold incredibly well, and Lies of P sold incredibly well. So they made an announcement that it reached 3. Sorry, got to put on my news glasses. So it reached 3 million in sales, and because of that, to celebrate, they bought all the developers a Switch 2. Oh crap, I didn't put. Well, anyway, there's more. Oh yeah, bonus pay early, and also all the employees got a paid vacation.
Nice.
So
good on them.
Yeah,
I love hearing good industry news.
It turns out if you keep your budget of a game relatively modest, it can still be a kick-ass game with AAA production value. Sell it for a decent price, and the developers get a fucking all that shit.
Yep.
You know, it's crazy how that happens.
That's amazing. I don't know. God, that feels for some reason that feels really close to home right now. I'm not.
It does a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
Total coincidence. That happened to be on this week's show.
Unreal Engine 5 is doing some work for these small developers, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far this generation, and the sea of a lot of bad news that we get from like just capitalism in general. It's awesome to see news like this. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Imagine being at work and being like, "Hey guys, we sold 3 million. Yay, cool. We get a pizza party." No, Switch 2. Get your bonuses early
and have a vacation.
Getting a paid vacation.
They made an amazing game.
Awesome.
They made the best Souls game not made by From Software.
100%.
By a mile. No one's close. Like no one is close.
Agreed.
More or less approachable than Elden Ring?
I think Travis and I have different takes on this. I think it's more approachable personally, but I've seen a lot of people say Lies of P is harder than like most FromSoft games, so I don't know. No, I'm not including Travis's like play the game 5 times, like level 365 playthrough. I can't remember if we differed on that, if you thought it was harder at the beginning or not.
I think it is. If you're not good at pairing, I think the game is harder. If you're decent at pairing, if you have good rhythm for parry timing, I think the game is easier.
Okay.
Yeah. But you don't have to be as sick at pairing as Sekiro. So keep that in mind. It's a lot easier to parry than Sekiro.
Right.
And you can
So
cheese
Lies of P
bosses.
definitely more approachable than Sekiro.
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Both Travis and I have given
can't
up
do
on Sekiro
Sekiro.
like 3 or 4 times.
It's the
Oh,
only
okay.
From Soft game I can't finish.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
And you can cheese a lot of the bosses in Lies of P if you really want to. It's by using throwables. Throwables are way OP in Lies of P. Unless they
they're
patch
awesome.
that. I don't
Oh,
know.
Lies of OP. Okay.
Yeah. Lies of P. Lies of P.
Cool. Awesome. That's good news. I thank you
All right.
for ending with that. But that's a show, I think. Anything before
That
we
is.
wrap up and get out of here?
No,
I don't think
I'm
so.
excited. I got a mandate tomorrow. Me and a homie are going to go see 28 Years Later. Super pumped about that.
I'm hearing good things about that.
A mandate. I heard mandate. I'm like,
Oh, like mandated?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
a mandate.
like,
it's two words.
what's the mandate?
Like mandate, but it's a mandate. Yeah,
It's a mandate.
me and my buddy Dan, our wives don't like horror movies, so we take one day a month to go do a mandate to go watch our horror movies in the theater, and we go do dinner and like we'll do like pork chashu rice bowls or some shit like that.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. So,
Good stuff.
boys not out.
All right. I'm gonna go play some Death Stranding. What do you guys think?
I think I
sounds
might
good.
play
Let's end
some unmetal for a bit while I lay in bed.
I'm gonna go eat
That's
dinner.
definitely
YouTube's
on my
cheap.
wish list now, dude. That
Yeah.
looks really fun. All right, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. If you're on YouTube right now, please like, subscribe, and comment. All of those things help us, and we really, really appreciate it. Check out interactivedistractions.com. That will lead you to our link tree, which can route you to our Discord. And you are more than welcome to join our Discord. We have a very nice community where everybody respects each other, and that's important.
Very much so.
So there. So until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Geoff.
And I'm Travis.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next time.